So when I think about such a sacred time in our journey, it's always important to me when the year shifts. Does anyone else have that shift when a year comes into its new place and you look forward to see what will this year bring for my life? Because we can look back and we can see all the years and what they've meant to us. And what I found interesting is that, when you add up 2025, it's the completion. There's a completion to it. 2026 is a beginning. It's almost a genesis. And I think that's what Reverend Barbara was referring to also. There is a beginning space here for us. Who am I becoming? And if you're in ministry or if you're in spiritual care team, a lot of times in the curriculum, we do regular journaling exercises. So a letters to God is almost like a journaling exercise. And for me, I already started working on what is this becoming aspect for me. And the things that came up, and this is for me, and I just want to share where I showed up this year, was a prompt from Spirit says to me, there's a resonance from God. And in that resonance, and what I want you to hear is that it's not that we're not searching, but there's nothing to search to find repair or to fix. I don't need to get into strategy. Strategy goes into the mind, the mechanics of how do I get there. I am firm in knowing the groundedness of when I trust the intuitive guide, the sacred spirit, the God within, the universal presence, a higher power, however you term it. It is so right. It's on point. And the more we begin to trust that sacred voice, the more everything begins to show up in our lives in this divine perfection when we stay out of the head and into the heart. Now, there's truth that it needs to be in balance. We have to have the mechanics and strategy to do that. But simply being present and swimming in the waters of people such as you make me a better person. Have you noticed when you're in certain groups, family systems, that you're just a better person by the conversation? You're a better person by being in the environment. You're a better person. So that's what I choose. That's what the divine within me in my letter says. You're choosing to swim in those waters, to be in those places where the people around you lift you up. Because I don't need to be taken down. Do you? We don't need that. So how do I become that better person? Well, that's because I'm connecting with the intuitive guide within me. So I'll do more of that. It's really for me about, in a letter, that the divine presence says, you are becoming, not who am I becoming, but an affirmative statement of you are becoming. And what came alive for me so much when I was working on this exercise was the word teacher, 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 something that I love so much. But to really be that coach, that teacher, not only for myself, but for others. And to really own it and stand firm in it and say, that's who you're called to be. Now be it and go shine. Because each one of us have a unique calling in this world. And the only one that can do that is you. Each one of you. I want to read something as I close before we begin our letter writing. And Michael Beckwith, anyone familiar with him? Reverend Barbara mentions him quite a bit. He has a book that's spiritual liberation. And the other day I was thinking about this divine resonance, this space of really intuitive knowing. And every time I do it, it is spot on. But then I want to get into the argument with my head going, yeah, but maybe go back to heart. And it's always on point. He writes, in the Architects of the Beloved Community, I live to be the message that I long to see. I live to be the message I long to see. I long to be the way that I'm looking for. I need to shine the light that I want to see. So in a reflection out into the world, if we see what's out picturing in such a distorted way, what's mine to do? Mine's to shine even brighter, stand even taller, and do what I'm called to do, to teach, to preach, to see the light in others and to remind them who they are in the world. I need to shine the light that I want to see. So that's about becoming.